it's me, Celia. Welcome back. Today I'm going to do a video about Jared Leto. It's really hard for me to say that because I grew up saying his name, Jared Leto. The reason I want to do this video is because I've been watching My So-Called Life, and it just reminded me that I've always thought he was kind of a creep. Now, he's definitely an amazing actor, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really into films and movies and actors, but he really is a great actor. And I think my favorite movie that I saw him in, I didn't see a lot of Dreams. He was in Requiem for a Dream, which I have not seen. I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but I did really like him in Dallas Buyers Club. I thought that he was great. So, I mean, even in My So-Called Life, he's a pretty good actor. But here's the thing, is like, he's kind of, I don't know, he's just creepy, okay? I don't know. So I just want to see if that's true, you know, like, so I'm watching My So-Called Life, and I've seen 2 episodes in the past, like, 5 months, which is glacially slow to watch a show. What that has meant is this is like reverse binge watching. This is like very intense and scrutinizing watching. And I have a lot of time to think and ruminate and reflect about those 2 episodes that I have seen, like months, okay? And what I have been thinking is that as soon as, okay, I didn't really watch My So-Called Life when I was younger. I don't know why. I think the time that it came out, I was not in a space in my life to regularly watch TV shows. And honestly, I hardly ever watched any TV shows except for like The Price is Right at 10 o'clock in the summer. When I was really little, I watched The Cosby Show at 6, and I watched, totally aging myself, A Different World at 6:30. Any case, I thought it was bizarre, even when I was in 8th grade, that people were so obsessed with Jared Leto. Because I always thought he was majorly creepy, and I thought we all knew this. And now watching the show again, I mean, I do remember going to a friend's house and watching it in her basement in 8th grade. So I did watch some episodes, and I remember the hype for sure. And Claire Danes, everybody loved her. But like, people were just swooning over Jared Leto, and it bothered me the wrong way. It just bothered me. And those feelings are coming back. Like, wait, why are you guys all surprised that he's a creep? Okay, because I could tell when I was 13. Or at least that's what I think. So we're gonna see if it's actually, we'll see what the cards say. So what makes him supposedly creepy? Well, he has been accused of being a predator. He's been called out by directors, being like, as soon as a girl turns 18, Jared Leto's in their, you know, DMs. And also like maybe worse things. Now, I'm not gonna be able to tell if that's true because I'm not that type of tarot reader. I'm not like true crime sort of psychic, you know. I'm more of like looking at what the energy surrounding a situation or a person. So if he doesn't see himself as breaking the law or like harming somebody, then that's not going to come through. If there was a specific case, maybe I could. So I just want to say that even though I'm not looking at those accusations of him being extra creepy, it doesn't mean I don't think that they're valid concerns about him just because I'm not covering him. I'm not trying to like pretend they didn't happen or that those accusations aren't there. I'm just not going to look at them in particular. But we don't need to necessarily look at those specific allegations to see that he does have creepy behavior for women who are older. So I don't even really want to go into those things, but maybe it'll come up in the reading. but he just seems like really out of touch and has a hard time connecting. Okay, I should wait till the reading comes, but this is kind of what I'm seeing. I'm hearing like intimacy problems. I don't want to project. I guess the cards will confirm or not. Maybe I should just get into the reading. Okay, and then there's also the flat fact that he has a band, and the band really pretends that they're a cult. And yeah, they do weird things. I've watched a number of videos that's like Jared Leto's cult. And I don't really know, just because you dress like Jesus and you say creepy things, I feel like that doesn't mean that you are a cult. I think people are, it's kind of like an act, and it's the dramatic side of him. However, I do still feel like there's some weird dynamics there in just wanting to be a rock star and the position that you get with women when you have so many adoring fans around you. Oh my god, I just heard, like, I feel sorry for him. Do I really feel sorry for him? Okay, I should just start the reading because my intuition is kicking in already. I've already shuffled. I hate shuffling on this thing, so I'm going to shuffle on my notes. Yes, I am trying to build my tarot notes. I will be referring to them if I want to. They just help me. And yeah, I want to normalize doing tarot reading with notes. Like, I'm not a professional tarot reader. I can look at notes, and so can you. And even if you were a professional tarot reader, don't you think you could look at notes? Okay, I'm seeing one more time. Okay, so I want to look at, oh no, one other time. I want to look at Jared and when he came to fame around My So-Called Life. Like, what was happening to him. And go from there. Here's Jared. 7 of Water reversed Borage. Here's his career at the time he was becoming famous. 9 of Fire, Wild Cherry. And what's going on between that and the Emperor reversed. Okay. Jared as the 7 of Cups reversed. Okay, so I feel like he was really trying to distance himself from his past, and he's talked about in interviews how he was a drug user and a drug dealer at a very young age. I kind of feel like, can we even believe anything he says? You know, like, if you're that much of a method actor. Whether or not that's true, it was part of a narrative that he believed about himself. I do know that he had a really hard time growing up, and that his dad abandoned him and his siblings. I know he has at least one sibling. His brother was in a band with him. I think his name is Shannon. Is that correct? And then his mom remarried, and then that man abandoned them as well. And then I think he said at a young age he wanted to work and make money, I guess. And so being a drug dealer was a part of that. But, okay, so I am totally going into, like, middle school Celia. In 7th grade, I read this book by, I think it's Jackie Collins, called Lucky. And something about, like, the call of fame and fortune really, oh god. And then I'm also, so I saw, like, Lucky, I saw, like, the cover of Lucky, but then I also saw the cover of another book I read at the same time called Star by Daniel Steele. I picked this book up at a free pile recently, and I really want to read it. And Jeannie Garth played the girl in Star in a made-for-TV movie, so I'm just like, during that time, like when I was in 7th grade or something, so I remember reading the book and then seeing the made-for-TV movie. So my 7th and 8th grade self is coming out here, but in both Star and Lucky, it was like the idea of like leaving your past behind and just going all in on becoming a new person and chasing your dreams. And it's like, if I become famous enough, I can leave this life behind me. And what he wanted to leave behind him was shame. And I'm seeing issues with the father, with this emperor, of like the abandonment wound. The things that come out of my mouth, like I don't mean to be this cheesy, like I don't mean to make it sound like a trope or something, but it's the hermit reverse, and he had issues with his dad. And I mean, I just kind of, that's what my intuition is telling me as well. Hemlock. I even feel like further down the father line. Okay, it's just my intuition. Yes, I have my own biases, but I kind of feel like that's why he wants to be like a womanizer and an F-boy and have like a cult of girls that follow him, because he doesn't feel capable or comfortable being in a leadership role. It's almost like, I'm not going to repeat the same mistakes as my father line did, and I'm going to avoid having to show up and be responsible because I don't want to fail. Not that he's scared of failing, but I think he just doesn't want to be a dad. Does he have kids though? Even if he has kids, there's still a part of him that's like, if I remain like in that energy of not settling down, it will be better. His career at the time, 9 of Fire, 9 of Wands, this Wild Cherry card, it always is just like, to me, a really, really busy kitchen, and you're getting prepared for the coming winter. And I know this really doesn't have anything to do necessarily with the 9 of Wands in Rider White, but it's just what I get from this deck of like honing your persona, because Wild Cherry is about like what you say and how you speak, and that's important as an actor, and like what roles you're in. I don't know, I'm just seeing a lot of like throat expression, and you know, he's in the band as well, so I think it's showing like his propensity to kind of mold his life in a vehicle that can allow a part of him that wants to shine to be expressed. And that's not really what I would normally think about with this card, but I'm going to keep going with that. Okay, so I'm going to do Jared now, his career now, and what's in between. I mean, the Mother of Water, which is the Queen of Cups, Oates, Page of Water, or Daughter of Water, Cameo reversed, which is the Page of Cups reversed, and the 6, I wanted to do, God, what should I do? I said I wanted to do Jared, his career now, and what's in between, but I put them in the wrong spot. So should I keep it like that? I'm hearing yes. Okay. Okay, so right there, I think things are a little messed up. With this 6 of Water, I do see that he does love women, which I don't really like to say, but he does, and there's like him in like the Jesus gown that he wears. This is, I don't know, why is this reading so preposterous to me? I'm just gonna go with what I say, or what I think, and it's like, because he saw his mom, like I saw him really loving his mom growing up and how strong she was, and like she tried to do the best that she could with, her family on her own. And she tried to marry another man that would take care of them, but that didn't work out. So like his stepdad left him and the family or whatever happened there. And he sees his mom as being strong, and he really loves that about her. I don't know what the nature of their relationship is, if it is good or whatever, it doesn't really matter. He still in his mind kind of idolizes that aspect of his mom. And I think that is why he's like obsessed with being surrounded by women, and like he wants to connect to women. Interestingly though, he doesn't connect to women, so there are stories of him being kind of like a bad lover, which is weird to say here on YouTube, but like he says like things that are just like not attractive, like not being a receptive partner. He's crossed the lines where like people said stop and he didn't, which is not cool. But he's just kind of messed up with like connection and feeling certain things. With this page of Cups Reversed, or the Daughter of Water Reversed, he doesn't have the capacity or skills or willingness or whatever it is. He just doesn't have it to nurture relationships. Like if it was upright, it's like you have to like slowly every day like water the seeds of your family and your kin and your friends and your partners of all sorts. You have to just tend the relationship over and over, and that's how you keep them strong. And you have to be gentle and patient and kind, and he doesn't have that. I think there is some stunted emotional growth and fear of rejection too. I do think that there is with the Mother of Cups, I do think there is an emotional capacity that he has, and that's probably how he can be such a good actor. It's kind of like he shares energy with people. He wants to be like contained by like somebody's emotional energy, but yet he's emotionally stunted himself. And then there's this like kind of worshiping of like a mother figure or like women or something is happening here. But it's coming from a place of like what he thought when he was like 4 years old, or like very young, of like women are great, therefore I'm going to worship them. Well, now you're an adult and he doesn't quite have the skills to like emotionally connect in a mature way. The Five of Air reversed, Six of Air, and the Mother of Fire reversed. Air reversed. Fighting a losing battle, relentless revenge, making amends, giving up, moving on, peaceful resolution, compromise. Okay, so with this we have the Five of Air reversed, Five of Swords reversed. It's kind of like fighting a losing battle, being relentless about like winning at all costs, like not letting go. Six of Air, cattail. I see this as like his musical nature, and like he's writing, or like just connecting to stories and, you know, characters and scripts and things. I think that's how, like, the most grounded that he can be is when he's doing music or like reading a script or acting or something. I mean, I know this is like communication, traveling, change, being ushered into a new aspect, the internet, what's being said about you. Okay, so I think he does really like the, like, the narrative that he, I don't know, that he's enjoyed of, like, his fame, like what he's brought upon himself, and what is said about him. I think he does care about his image, and a lot of people are like, Jared Leto is the youngest looking 50-year-old in existence. Like, I think he thrives on that sort of press. He really likes that. And then the Mother of Fire reversed time. So the Mother of Time, or Mother of Fire time. So this is the Queen of Wands reversed. I do not think that he has a good bedside manner. I don't think that he is, if he is like kind and cordial and inviting, it's a show. It's like part of this narrative he's creating about himself. I just see him being like a little controlling, dominating, wicked is what I heard. Yeah, he's just not very warm. Does not have a warm heart. The capacity to like connect is not there. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 more. The High Priestess reversed, Ace of Fire, and the 8 of Earth, turmeric. He does not conduct himself in a regular manner. Where normal people work on a like first, second, third, like this is how you like have a conversation, this is how you conduct interacting with somebody. He does not do that. He lives by surprise, by shock, and he does all the wrong things, and he doesn't just push boundaries, he like really throws them out the window, and that's why he does such disturbing things. Like he sent like a dead rat to somebody to like get into the character of the Joker. He also did something else that was really gross, you know. And yeah, he says he's like method acting, but like his method is not anybody else's method. So I think that is what's happening too with the energy of like wanting to have his music, his band be like cult-like. He's really trying to, yeah, he like puts things upside down and thinks that's the way that you can express yourself as like a way to get your point across, is to do something very different. But the fact that it's reversed is that he does go too far, and I don't think people necessarily enjoy it. I mean, I know his fans enjoy it, and I think the reason his fans do enjoy it is because of his image of just like, since he came on the scene, people think that he's like super dreamy, and they just like Jordan Catalano was kind of like a bad boy. His character couldn't read, and he had like a learning disability, and he had like a rough life, and he also never said the right thing, and yet this very smart and bright girl was attracted to him, the main character. And so it's just like that line, that character, like he kind of molded himself after that, of just like I'm going to use my looks and my appeal to get ahead. But I do think he is really passionate about his work, for sure. But the application of it with the High Priestess reversed is where he goes too far and crosses the line and can actually inflict damage. And with the Eight of Earth, I think that his life is acting and like his job, it's his passion, like his life is his hobbies, and he, for some reason, it'd be really great to look at his astrology chart, but he has kind of like this, blessed is not the right word, but like a very lucky part of him that is like whatever you do turns to gold, and you can impress people easily, and people take you up, like his image and what he wants to like create for himself is easily assimilated, so that's why he has so many fans. But just because you have fans and like you're good at your acting and your music and whatever, that doesn't mean that you should be getting away with bad behavior. So I'd like to know if he's ever going to be like called out or have consequences, and he has been called out. I just wonder if he's going to change, and I wonder if I should reshuffle for that. I'm hearing no, so maybe we'll see this. The Devil, Four of Air reversed, Lavender, and Daughter of Earth, Linden. So this is the Page of Pentacles. The Four of Swords reversed, and the Devil. So I don't think that he's going to necessarily stop his behavior, but I do think he's going to rein it in a little, because I feel like his pool of people that he can manipulate, or, you know, he's in his 50s. Yeah, there's going to be young girls that will get with anybody who's famous, but I feel like his potential, his window of taking advantage of people is closing, and I feel like he's also trying to rein it in. I think he will keep working as a way to keep himself busy. I can't really tell his intention if he wants to change. The Four of Swords is reversed, so I don't think he wants to stop anything, and I don't think that he thinks anything is wrong with it. So it's hard for me to like, yeah, I don't know. Okay. It kind of sucks to end on that because it didn't give me any clear answers, but I mean, first of all, it's tarot. Second of all, like, I don't know what's going on with these people, but I do want to try this Cowgirls and Aliens Oracle. Okay, so I'm going to pull these oracles. I'm feeling kind of compelled to pull a number of them. I don't know why, but let's just try. The Hacker, I will prioritize what is important to me. The AI, I will be open to change and embrace a new perspective. I'm not going to do reverse on oracles. The Shapeshifter, I will get to know my true self and be comfortable with who I am. Just as I did the Shapeshifter, my candle blew out, and I am feeling like, God, it's so hard. It's so hard to, I see like, I think that I'm in his energy, and so it's hard for me to know if he actually is going to change, or if, you know, some sort of justice will come out, or like he'll be called out. And another thing too is that I don't want to apologize for creepy people, but I do kind of get the sense that there may be some things that he puts his focus on. Like, he might pivot his brand and kind of get out of the spotlight. The bartender, I will give others support and listen with empathy. The scientist, I will share my creativity with the world. And the clones, I will accept life's contradictions and keep an open mind. The bartender, scientist, and the clones. I think there's an energy of wanting to reinvent himself. If he goes down the road, I kind of see him trying really hard to, like, I am open to hearing from women and how I've hurt them. But I don't really think that he can hear that. But if he does, he might play a role where he thinks that he's being a nice and kind and safe sort of person. I'm kind of getting like a Russell Brand energy of, I don't think that he's going to be like a born again or anything like that. He won't go that far. First of all, he doesn't even want to admit that he did anything wrong. At this point, it just seems like kind of weird to speculate about his behavior and who he is. I'm kind of getting a little grossed out by it. The bounty hunter, I will learn from failure and become stronger. The horsewoman, I will use my patience and compassion to overcome obstacles. The blacksmith, I will take pride in a hard day's work. Okay, so there might be some sort of show of like commitment to becoming a better person, to the best of his ability. And I do kind of see him being more of a homebody, but that's all I can really tell. I think that he cares about his legacy, and he does want to do some more roles. And so he's like, oh snap, I'm being called out and people can see me for who I really am. Like, I need to stop that because I don't want to ruin my opportunities. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. I thought this was just going to be like entertaining, but like, what do I expect? I don't know. I'm still gonna watch myself on my show. Fun. Okay, I wanted to play with these oracles more. The time traveler. I will embrace adventure and begin something new. You know what? I am gonna hope that no more harm is done for the future, if that is the propensity that this person has. And, you know, looking back, this just popped in my head. Because I've been kind of like delaying the end of this reading until something like positive, not positive, but like something useful came out. And so now I'm watching my so-called life in my 40s, and like I have kids, you know, they're young, but it makes me a little bit more aware to like have these conversations about like who is a good partner, like who can you trust, how do you know, and we can kind of talk about those things a little bit more openly now in this day and age than we did when like my so-called life came out. I mean, you could see in the show that Jordan Catalano was like not the coolest dude, but yet it was still kind of encouraged that you would swoon over him or like whatever. But now I think we can have more discernment and talk to like young people and be like, see what happened, this dude was like worshipped for how he looked and he like really leaned into that, and whatever, he may or may not have been creepy to young girls, but like don't be like this or don't fall for this. So I think that is probably the best message that I can have, is that we as a collective can learn from these sort of things and have a larger discussion. I'm seeing like generations of people watching shows like My So-Called Life together, but when I was a kid, you did not watch those shows with your parents because it was uncomfortable and weird. And it, you know, you should be able to watch things on your own without your parents like interjecting. Like, I totally agree with that. but there should be a little bit more, there will be more openness about discussing these sort of things, as a mirror of like, this is the bad stuff that can happen, and what can you do to be aware of it. Yeah. Okay, now I feel complete in this video. I'm ready to stop it. Okay, bye. See you in the next one.